Welcome to Session 3 of Junior Achievement. My name is Tammy Belt with United Community Bank. I'm going to need you today to get a pen and a piece of paper and have that handy. You're going to need that as we go through today's session. So in our last session, we talked about setting a career goal based on your interests, your skills, and your values. So hopefully all of you have done that and you have something in mind as we go through today. And that job that you're going to get as your career is going to provide income to you so that you can buy things that you want and things that you need. So I just want you to take a few minutes and think about if you could take a vacation anywhere in the world, where would it be? And write that down on your paper. Also, I want you to think about how much you think this trip might cost. So the average cost of a vacation for one person is $1,145, and the average for a family of 4 is $4,580. So how are we going to pay for this trip that you've dreamed up? Today we're going to talk about budgeting, and we're going to show you how to pay for that trip. So a budget, all a budget is just a careful plan of how you're going to spend your money. So there's no set formula for a budget. It's all based on your preference. And we're going to talk about some of the areas that you're going to need to budget for. So you're going to decide how much you want to spend on housing, how much you want to spend on your car, how much you're going to need to spend for food, clothing, how much you're going to want to save, and just different areas of your life that you need money for. Your budget will let you know how much you can afford in each of those areas. And having a balanced budget just means that you're spending less than you earn, and that's always something that you want to make sure that you do. So your income is just the amount of money that you earn, so that would be your paycheck or birthday gifts, anything you get money for, that's income to you. And then expenses is the amount you have to spend to pay your bills and to purchase things that you need. Those are the two parts of a budget. So I just want to take a look at a sample budget. And in this example, let's say that you have $2,050 available to you after you get all your income for the month. And you spend $500 a month for a house payment. You spend $300 for your car, $100 for a cell phone, $100 for internet, $150 for electricity, $200 on groceries, $200 on entertainment, and that is, say you go to the movies or you want to buy a video game, anything you do that's just entertainment to you. And then if you have children, you have to make sure you have money for childcare, clothing, because you always need new clothes. You don't want to wear the same thing over and over. And then $100 a month to save. So if you add all those together, that equals $2,050, which is what you have at the end of the month. So the vacation that you dreamed of earlier, that's going to come out of this savings money at the bottom here. So how big your vacation is going to depend on how much money you want to save for that. So if you're going to take a trip overseas and stay 2 or 3 weeks, your trip will cost quite a bit more than the average, so you're going to want to save more money every week to be able to take that trip. So this looks like a good budget and you're moving along just fine. And then what's going to happen if all of a sudden you go to work one Monday and your employer says, we're really slow right now, so instead of you working 5 days a week, we're going to need you to work 4 days a week. And what if this $2,050 that you have every month all of a sudden drops to $1,850? So in that case, you've got $200, you're spending $200 more than you're making. So what you're going to have to do is go through every one of these categories and decide where you can cut back and spend less money. And you have to look at what's most important to you. So as you go through that process, there's something called opportunity cost. So opportunity cost is what you give up for the next choice. So if you really want to take a really good vacation and you need to save more than $100 a month, you say you want to save $200 a month, and you decide that that vacation means more to you than buying new clothes every month or having a cell phone, The opportunity cost is the one that you quit spending money on so that you can save more money for your vacation. So let's talk about when you get a paycheck. Several of you probably have jobs and maybe you've already gotten a paycheck, but when you get your paycheck, you'll see that you have gross income and then you have a net income. So your gross income is what you have before anything's deducted. So if you make $5 an hour and you times that by 40 hours, that's what your gross is how much you make before anything comes out. Your net income is what you actually bring home on your paycheck. That's after any taxes and things like that have been deducted. So we're going to take a look at an example. So 18-year-old Greg works at the local movie theater and he makes $8.50 an hour. So if he works 40 hours a week, calculate real quick what you think his gross pay will be, and I'll give you just a minute to do that. So if you multiply $8.50 by 40, his gross pay is $340. So $340 is what he made, but then taxes and deductions are going to come out. So really he's only going to bring home $297.33. So he's paid $42.67 for deductions. And those deductions, first and foremost, are taxes. That'll come out of every check you ever get. You may have insurance that you have to pay for, health insurance, life insurance, dental insurance. You may be putting some of your money from your paycheck into a retirement plan so that when you get ready to retire, you'll have money. So there's several things that make up deductions. So if this is his check, if $297.33 is what he brings home for 1 week, figure out what his net paycheck for 2 weeks would be. So you're going to add this twice, so it'll be $594.66 is what his 2-week paycheck will look like. So he's found a car he wants for $3,200. So if he puts 20% of his net pay in his savings account every month, how many months is it going to take him to be able to buy that car? He's going to need to save 20% for about 14 months to be able to afford this car that he's found. So that gives you a really rough idea of what a budget is, and there's a whole lot more to it than that. There's always things that you want to do, but just like in the example we looked at where your hours were cut and you had to decide what to get rid of to be able to make it through the month, these are real life things that your parents deal with every month. You will deal with every month for as long as you're making money. So it's good to practice now before you get out of the house and get on your own. And then it really becomes critical if you don't know how to budget your money. And your money can be gone and you can have no idea what you did with it. So basically this is just you making your money work for you instead of just not keeping track of it and not having any idea where it went at the end of the month. So just to review, next session we're going to talk about how to make good decisions using credit, because just like in the example with buying a car, maybe he can't wait 14 months to buy a car. Maybe he has to have it now to get to work. So he will have to have a loan to get the car now and then pay for it later instead of saving for it up front. So we're going to look at some examples of what that looks like and what you need to do to get a loan. And just thank you so much for your participation. I hope you're enjoying these classes. And you're going to work with your teacher right now to go through some activities about budgeting. And if you have any questions, just let your teacher know and we'll get you the answers that you need. And have fun with your activities, and I will see you again in session 4. Thank you.